A sequel that fails to meet expectations but still manages to be funny and fun as hell. What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am your host, MICFURY, and I make informative videos just like this one, so please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. With that being said, here is my complete review for South Park: Fractured Butthole.
What has become of this city? There used to be laws, justice, not anymore. Crime is out of control, cats are missing, and townspeople are being victimized.
Oh, hey! Who pooped on my porch?
What's going on with you? Whoa! Whoa! We were supposed to protect those who couldn't protect themselves.
Get off my car, you little pecker!
Now superheroes are torn apart by political differences. We are two sides at war. But war isn't going to save our city. Time travel is my only hope now. Myths tell of ancient times, when a new king united a kingdom torn apart by a powerful stick.
Hi, hon.
Shut up, Mom. There's no time to waste. I have to go back, change the present if I can, and find this cat. And in doing so, perhaps I can change what has happened to all of us.
The story picks off where Stick of Truth left off. The new kid is king, and we are still playing an epic fantasy of humans, elves, and farts. Shortly after, Cartman decides to switch the game up, and that's where the story begins. It's all about Coon and Friends, and to save South Park from this mysterious menace, find all the cats and pave the way for South Park's first superhero franchise. The story is freaking hilarious. It's all over the place though. Do keep that in mind, the pacing. It does have pacing issues. It's not as well placed as Stick of Truth, but it's still enjoyable.
Nighttime. That's when the creeps come out. But unfortunately for the creeps, the other thing that comes out at night is a kid.
Is there puke in my hair? No, it looks great.
Looks like you caught a few flies in your grill. Maybe keep your mouth closed next time.
You're up, Ass Blaster. Oh no! Another grease fire!
Graphics. Now, there's not much to be said about South Park. It's South Park, the video game, but there is also a lot of improvements as well, and they should be highlighted, like the increase of NPCs, the actual special effects and graphical effects that like particles and things of that nature. Those are all better this time around, especially since most of the powers are graphics based. They're like very visual in terms of lasers, fire, and things of that nature, and less fantasy-like. We also have over-the-top action sequences to go along with the superhero theme, and even more customization. There's also some minor improvements in terms of enemy types. There's a little bit of variety here and there when it comes to the actual locations, like the strip club, for example. I won't spoil all of them, but the strip club is a big inclusion, and a couple of bars here and there. But at the end of the day, South Park is still the flat, colorful, paper animated show that we know and love.
All right, guys, this is your DJ back from the bathroom. Looks like we've got a special treat for you tonight. The two assholes that farted in my drink are about to get in the face by our very own lovely ladies.
We'll make way more money on our franchise. Go ahead, I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics.
I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3.
Shut up, Super Craig.
Me! I'm not just gonna sit here and do nothing while you insult this man's ethnicity.
I wasn't insulting him.
Excuse me, did you or did you not say that this man seemed tired?
Yes, he's my friend. I said, Paulo, you look tired.
Microaggression! Persons of Hispanic backgrounds have been stereotyped as being sleepy, and saying they look tired is a microaggression that will not stand!
But I am tired.
Sound-wise, it is excellent. You have voice actors reprising their roles. We have a brand new batch of characters added. More songs to actually listen to in the world. That was a big gripe for me when there was the same song on loop basically throughout your little adventuring or actual exploration of South Park. There's more NPCs to interact with. There's more grotesque sounds to go along with the special effects and available powers. And essentially, overall, this is the best produced South Park episode ever. That is the best way I can put it. Now, I do have one issue, but more on that later.
See, I told you the cops were chasing me.
And you led them here, you stupid bitch.
Who you calling a stupid bitch? Do I look like your mama?
Get up, Classy.
These kids are cops? That ain't no cop. That's Captain Diabetes. When he was born, his mom farted during labor and it gave him diabetes that he uses to fight crime.
That is not how people get diabetes.
If they aren't cops, then we can shoot them. Along with this bitch, too.
Oh, shit. Y'all turning on me? I knew I shouldn't have went into business with y'all Tony Soprano-looking motherfuckers.
So long, Captain Diabetes. Let's see your diabetes savior now. Ah! What the? I want my keys! I don't have your keys, man. Ah! He's wasted on red wine. Red wine drunk is the worst drunk there is. Ah! Ah! Let's get the out of here. All right, Captain Diabetes. This is it. Give me my fucking keys.
You are in no condition to drive.
Then die.
Gameplay, we go from classic turn-based RPG for a more tactical turn-based grid-style RPG. I love the former, but the latter isn't bad either. It's actually very good and allows for more experimentation because of the uniqueness of everyone's powers and the constitution of your team. This is dope. You have attack ranges, you have different types of damage you could apply, there's different types of buffs and different types of debuffs, defenses, positioning, healing, knockback, status effects, it's all here. Add to that your character's ability to actually multi-class, and this is where a lot of the variety gets. It gets really interesting as you're able to combine not only your Dragonborn powers, but also, or the Fartborn powers, depending on how you want to call it. You get to combine those with all your different comrades and your powers, and that's where you mix it up. And it really keeps the gameplay extremely fresh. Now, on top of that, who can forget the awesome ultimates?
That's going to leave some scars. How do you get all those bugs back in the jar, Mosquito? Back in the jar?
The fighting itself isn't all. You have tons of exploration, there's tons of puzzles, there's a bunch of side quests. Like, for example, taking a lot of pictures for Coonstagram, because why not? We needed another social media in this game, different from Twitter in the last one. You get to use your powers to basically rewrite history throughout the world, and essentially, it's a lot of what we had in the previous title. Now, they did add a couple of unique mechanics. For example, they added this artifact system that boosts your team stats, and you get to mix and match costumes along with this DNA effect that affects your abilities. You also have a crafting system for those said artifacts and consumables. These mechanics aren't amazing, but they are fun while you get around with it. You have crazy jokes, silly, cringy mini games, ridiculous boss fights. It's all great, and it persists throughout the DLC.
Time out. What's wrong? That damn kid over there. How come she's not fighting?
For the last time, I'm not a f***ing vamp kid.
Well, what's the difference?
What's the difference? Look at us. I'm smoking a cigarette?
We have a common enemy. Join us. Help us fight the vamp kids.
Whatever, but I'm not wearing one of those costumes.
As far as DLC is concerned, the Gold Edition brings the Danger Deck. It's basically a Danger Room ripoff. Now, it's filled with difficult challenges and unique rewards for those of you who want to test their skill, especially at higher difficulty. Now, for those of us who want story DLC, we have Casa Bonita, which brings us a brand new class, a brand new ally, and tons of new enemies in this vampire Casa Bonita kind of experience. It's rather short. Both of them are actually rather short, but for the most part, it's actually very fun. Again, more South Park, essentially. And then that finally brings us to Bring the Crunch, which is my favorite and by far the hardest one out of the bunch. You'll probably need to be close to finishing the game to actually try this out. It is this horror-filled summer camp, and you're basically fighting off monsters, and essentially it's this Friday the 13th ripoff. Solving mysteries, you get a brand new ally again, which kind of sucks, and then you get a brand new power, which is actually kind of cool. Now, there's also more graphic to this, because again, it's a Friday the 13th ripoff, so it's horror-based. It gets extremely graphic. The jokes are even cringier, so keep that in mind. Now, overall, the DLC is solid. Danger Deck is a gauntlet, and the other two are kind of the same thing that we've been experiencing, and to a certain degree, they feel like they're more of cut content than actually DLC. But overall, I had a fun time with the DLC, even though it's just essentially more Factured Butthole.
Here we go, my super ultimate power. Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Wrath Kite from an alternate universe. Oh, Jesus. I think I might have ruptured my hernia.
You had enough, alternate me?
Yeah, the superhero stuff really hurts. I better go back to my universe.
Oh, you're leaving? Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, I'll be going back to my universe now, Human Kite. I need some camphor for my ear because I got a scrape on it by being farted on.
Bad. I think that Fractured Butthole is way too long. 20 hours plus for the main story, with a lot of unnecessary story beats and a lot of unnecessary padding, I think is a little bit too long. I think you could have skipped the whole let's gain the multi-class thing. They should have just skipped all of that and just gone straight for the story itself, and we would have avoided a lot of these little issues. A lot of these story beats could easily just have been cool side quests, but that's just my personal opinion. Apart from that, the ending isn't as good, the side quests aren't as good as the previous game, and on top of that, this one right here just pisses me off. Why is my character still quiet? Especially knowing that at the end of Stick of Truth, he can actually speak. Might as well just kept his mouth shut. I feel like they didn't want to pay for voice acting, and that pisses me off. And lastly, keep in mind, this is South Park. Woke jokes, cringe jokes, gender jokes, lap dance minigames, they are not for everybody. Keep that in mind.
Coon friends, we are running out of time. We have to act fast, or everything we have worked so hard for is in jeopardy. Now let's go through the plan one more time. First, we start with the Coon movie. Then we do the Super Craig movie. Then Super Craig and Coon will join forces in the Human Kite movie, just as we start ramping up Kenny's Netflix series.
How come I have to have the Netflix series? I want a movie too.
You have a movie, Mysterion. You're in the third Coon and Friends United movie, after your Netflix series.
In conclusion, Stick of Truth was a classic. Fractured Butthole isn't. But just like BioShock 1 and 2, just because the first game is in the Hall of Fame doesn't mean that the second game can't be great. The final score for South Park Fractured Butthole is a 8 out of 10. Now let's answer the 3 questions, shall we? Is it fun? Is it worth it? And is it for you? Is it fun? Yes, it's hilarious, it's fun, it's different in terms of just a lot of the unique mechanics and the gameplay itself, and I think it's extremely enjoyable, or just as enjoyable as the first game. Is it worth it? You can find this dirt cheap. Under 20 bucks is definitely bargain bin territory. This game could be found and experienced, and they actually have a combo pack. You can actually buy them in a bundle, but keep in mind that the bundle doesn't bring the DLC. But definitely, if you're able to grab either one of the South Park games, do so. They are easy finds. And finally, is it for you? If you like South Park, if you like RPGs, if you like very funny dialogue, this game is right up your alley. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to support the channel either via the Amazon link or the Epic Creator Code down in the description below. You can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Links are down in the description below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting me there. $1 a day keeps the landlord away. I'm your host, MICFURY. It's been a complete pleasure. Until next time, Mike.